In this video, I'll be showing you how to crochet the Eggnog Granny Square. You will need all the colors for your square. You'll need 5 of them. You'll need your size H hook, your scissors, and your tapestry needle because we'll be changing colors after each round. So let's get started. So for this square, round 1 starts like a typical granny square. So we're going to start that with granny stitches. My first color is Beaujolais, but you can choose whatever color you like. All right, so to start my granny square, I make a slip knot. And I like to chain 4 and join with a slip stitch to the first chain to make a ring. Now, if you like to start with a magic ring, that's perfectly fine. Absolutely no problem with that. Just be sure that at the end of round 1 that you close the ring at the end of it. To start round 1, I use a stacked single crochet. Now you can do a chain 3 if you like, but I like the stacked single crochet. So to do that, I insert my hook in the ring, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, that's the first half. Then I'm going to insert my hook in the left vertical bar, yarn over, pull up a loop, and yarn over, pull through both loops, and that's my stacked single crochet. To finish my first granny stitch, I work 2 more double crochets in the ring. Then chain 3 to create one of the corners. So I'm going to do that 3 more times in the ring. All right, so once I've finished all 4 of my granny stitches and all 4 of my chain 3 corners, I'm simply going to join to the top of that stacked single crochet right here with a slip stitch. So once I've finished all 4 of my granny stitches and all 4 of my chain 3 corner spaces, I'm simply going to join with a slip stitch to the top of that stacked single crochet. Now, I always end my round with an invisible join, which simply means when I'm finished, you won't be able to tell what loop is what and where the join is. This color is dark, so I'm going to show you how to do it, but in the next round when we have a lighter color, you'll be able to see it a little more clearly. So the first thing I do is pull the loop out a little bit, cut my yarn, then I pull that yarn end back out and thread it on my tapestry needle. Now the first thing I do, because the loop that I just finished is probably too tight, I take my needle and I pull it out just a little bit. And the object of the game here is to make sure that it matches the size of the loops that are around it. Then I skip this next stitch and insert my needle under the loops of the next stitch and pull through, keeping this side of the loop the same size as the adjoining loops. Then I take my needle, insert it back through the center of the original loop, and complete that extra loop. And you'll notice that when I'm finished, if I have it the same size, it's very difficult to tell that that's an extra loop I just created. And I'm going to weave in my ends later, but I always go through and at least run this through the stitch that it's on top of, just to keep this from pulling out. Then I'll weave that in the rest of the way when I'm done. And that is round 1. For round 2, I picked up my second color, which in this case is tourmaline. And I'm going to start this round with a standing double crochet. So first I make a slip knot, put that on my hook, choose any corner from round 1, and here's how we're going to make that standing double crochet. So to keep everything from slipping, I hold the yarn tail and I secure the slip knot on my hook so that nothing moves when I'm working this double crochet. And then I simply make a double crochet as normal in that space that I've chosen. All right, so there's the standing double crochet. Now in this round, our corners are going to be 2 double crochets followed by chain 3 and 2 double crochets. So I do 1 more double crochet in that corner, chain 3, and 2 more double crochets in that corner. Then I'm simply going to work a double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches across the top of that granny stitch. And then when I get to the next corner, I work again those 2 double crochets, chain 3, and 2 double crochets. So what we've created here in round 2 is a solid round so that we can work into it in the next round. And you'll notice that I have, if we count the number of double crochets across the side, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to work around to the beginning, and I'll show you at the end of round 2 how I do that invisible join again. Okay, I'm at the end of round 2, time to join. So I'm going to first do my slip stitch in the top of that standing double crochet that I did. All right, once again, we pull that loop out a little bit to keep it from pulling, and we cut the yarn. Once I've done that, I pull that yarn tail back out through the loop and thread it onto my needle. Check to make sure that this loop is the same size as the adjoining loops. Skip this stitch, and it happens that we're going to be working underneath the chain. So the 2 top loops of the chain, insert your needle, pull through, and then insert your needle back through the original loop, like so, and make sure that the loop that you just created matches the loops around it, which it does. Once I've done that, I then just pull this through the stitch that it's attached to just to secure the end until I come back to it later. And that is round 2. For round 3, I'm going to pick up my third color, which in this case is peacock. And we're going to start this round exactly the way we did the last one, except we're going to be making granny stitches this time. So we start with our standing double crochet in any corner space. Secure the yarn tail, secure the loop, and we're going to work that double crochet in the space. All right, in this round, we're going to be working granny stitches in the corner. So to finish the first granny stitch, I work 2 more double crochets. Chain 2 and work another granny stitch. After I work the corner, I chain 1 and I skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. So in this next stitch, we're going to be working a spiked granny stitch. To do that, I work a double crochet in the top of it first, work a front post double crochet around the same stitch below, pull those loops up so they don't pull tight, and then in that very same stitch, we work another double crochet. To find it, we have to pull the front post double crochet forward. There's the stitch we're going to be working into. Add another double crochet to that trio. And that is the spiked granny stitch. Then chain 1, and I'm at the corner again, so I work a granny stitch, chain 2, and granny stitch. There's my corner. Okay, after the corner, I'm going to show you how to work that spiked granny stitch again. So chain 1 after the corner, skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the next stitch, double crochet, front post double crochet around the same stitch, and double crochet in that same stitch again. There it is behind. Chain 1, skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and you're back at the corner. So I'm going to finish round 3 and I'll join at the end. All right, at the end of round 3, I joined with a slip stitch and did my invisible join, and round 3 is all finished. All right, for round 4, I'm going to pick up my 4th color. For me, that's Himalayan salt. And this time I'm simply going to pick any chain 2 space, corner space, and attach that yarn. And I do that with a simple knot. Like so. To start, I pull my yarn through to the front and chain 1. And in this corner, I'm going to work a half double crochet, 2 half double crochets, sorry. Chain 2 and 2 half double crochets again in that same space. Then I'm simply going to work a half double crochet in each stitch and chain space across to the next corner. All right, as you can see, I've worked a half double crochet in each stitch and chain space across. So now I'm at the corner, I'm going to work those 2 half double crochets. Chain 2. And work 2 more half double crochets in that space. And I'm going to do the same thing on all sides all the way around. And when I'm finished, I'm going to join as I have before with the slip stitch and the invisible join. All right, at the end of round 4, I have joined with a slip stitch and done my invisible join, and round 4 is complete. All right, for my 5th and final round, I pick up my 5th color, which for me is ivory, and I'm simply going to attach this yarn to any chain 2 space. Once I've done that, I pull my yarn to the front, chain 1, and in that corner space, I'm going to work a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. Now in this round, I'm going to be working in the 3rd loop, so I need to be careful to make sure that I don't skip this hidden stitch here. So you'll see that the loop that sits on top of this particular stitch is sitting underneath one of the corner stitches. So I have to pull that out of the way. And then I'm going to insert my hook in the 3rd loop of that particular stitch and work a single crochet. Work a 3rd loop in the next stitch, work a single crochet in the 3rd loop of the next stitch, which sits behind, and I'm just simply going to do that all the way across until I get to the next corner. Once I arrive at the next corner, I simply do that same corner again, which is single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. And I'm simply going to work those single crochets in the 3rd loop all the way across each side with the single crochet, chain 1, single crochet in each corner. When I get back to the beginning, again, join with a slip stitch, do your invisible join, and then weave in all of your ends, and you are finished. And this is what your square will look like.